Hey, hello everyone. Good morning. Can you confirm audible or not? I can unmute and talk. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So where we stopped in the last session? Where we stopped in the last session? Hmm? The last session we discussed about some of the terminologies, right? What is request? The next one is like what is response? The next one is like request headers. The next one is like response headers. The next one is like what is client application, client app. Next one is like the next server app, right? Server application. Next, another things we discussed. Hmm? Terminology wise, any other things we discussed yesterday? Request headers and response headers and client. Okay, we discussed something about the database also, right? Okay, and database. These things we discussed. Okay, yesterday's discussion is like not only for Python, that is common for any programming language. That is common for any programming language. Now let's go with the today's requirement. Let's go with the today's requirement. So today we are going to discuss about Flask. Yesterday also we discussed about why we go for Flask. So today we are going to implement, take one simple requirement. In that requirement where exactly we are going to use like Flask. After that, how to implement that one we'll see. Simple. I have one simple registration form is there. I have one simple registration form which is loaded inside the browser. Okay. In the registration form, user ID is there, password is there, location is there. The next one is like a pin is there. Finally, I have the register button is there. Whenever you click on the register button, whenever you click on the register button, this data you have to store within the database. This data we have to store within the database. My database is like what? MongoDB. Now, first of all, in the browser, if you want to display some template, if you want to render some content, that content we are going to develop by using which technologies? By using which technologies? By using client-side
Right.
technologies or not? Client-side technologies. Okay, like by using HTML, okay, by using CSS, by using JavaScript on top of some libraries, frameworks are there. Whenever you click on this one, okay, by using client-side technologies, whatever the application you developed, that is like a client-side application which is running in the browser. Whenever you click on the register button, this data supposed to be stored where? Within the database or not. But the thing is, the browser, finally my request dispatched from the browser only. My browser is not having a capability to communicate with the database directly. So that in between, we needed like what? We needed like one middleware is required or not. In between, we needed one middleware. One middleware is required. Okay. So this middleware application, we can say like what? We can say like a backend application or not. We can say like a backend application. This backend application we can develop by using multiple technologies. One is like, come on, this backend application we can develop by using multiple technologies. Java is there,
Java,
is there,
.NET.
PHP is there, Node.js is there, Salesforce is there, Python also there. By using Python, there has multiple web frameworks are there. In Python, there has multiple web frameworks are there. Tell me some web frameworks.
Django,
Okay, Django. The next one is like what?
Flask,
Flask. Okay, the next one is like Flask is there. The next one is like Fast API also there. The next one is like Fast API also there. Any one of this web framework you can use it. Okay, Fast API also there. Fast API also there. Any one of this web framework we can use it. But now, as part of our session, we are going to use like what? I'm going to create one simple Flask application or not. Flask. So my Flask web framework, Python web framework, I'm going to use to create the backend application or not. Okay. Now the flow, if you observe, my client application communicate with whom? My client application is going to communicate with whom? Server side application. That is nothing but we can say like a request. My request received by whom? No,
Backend.
my
Server.
request received,
Server side.
my
Backend.
request received by the server side guy and process the request. Okay, and give the response back to whom? Give the
Client.
response back to whom? To my client or not? Yes or no? To my client.
Yes, sir.
Now the server side the responsibilities are what? He has to receive the request, and he has to take the data from the request, and he has to connect with the database, and okay, perform required operations on the database and give the response back to the client or not? Yes or no? Now, in this particular overall flow, for example, this particular client application running in one server, right? Server is nothing but one machine. Yesterday we discussed what is server also. So, if this client application is not running in the server, okay, then that what kind of error you can get it? What kind of message you can get it in the browser? The site cannot be reached.
Reach.
Okay, two scenarios are there. Okay, in two cases, two situations you can get that error. Okay, first one is like you are trying to reach one application which is running in one server. If the server is down, you can get like a site cannot be reached. Another one is like your address wrong, then the time also you not reach, right? So then the time you can get like a site cannot be reached. When site cannot be reached in the browser means, okay, the server is down, client side server, client application where it is running, that server is down. The next one is like address is wrong. When you can get server, okay, this one server application down error in the network tab, you are trying to connect with the server application, that time you can get like okay, 500 error. Okay, something. 500 is like a server error. Okay, it's like system down error you can get it. System down error you can get it. I will show you that one. Okay, then which kind of error, which kind of okay error you can get it? System, okay, server down error you can get it. Whenever this particular backend application running in one server, right, that server is like down, you can get like a server down error. My client running, but he is not able to communicate with the server application. Now client application running, server application also running. My server is communicate with whom? Database, right? If the database is not running in one server, then that time also, then the time also you can get like what? DB connection error or not? Then the time also you can get like a DB connection error. Understood everyone? So overall, my client application has to run in one server, my server application has to run in one server, and my MongoDB also should run in one server or not? Agreed everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now come to the implementation. Okay, our requirement is what? Whenever you click on the register button, okay, you have to send a request to the server, and my server is going to communicate with the MongoDB and perform required operation is what? Insert the data and give the response back. So that total how many applications are required? One is like client application is required. Another one is what? One is like client application is required. Another one is what? My server application is required. The next one is what? My database also required or not? DB also required. So let's implement this one. First, create client application using, okay, simple HTML to perform some operations. Okay, just you can use like, okay, if you want the CSS, you can use it, and to perform some actions, JavaScript, you can use it. Okay, let's create it first. Now let me go to the desktop, go to the shop, inside this one, new folder, okay, Flask workshop. Okay, in this one, just I want to create two applications. One is like your client application, another one is like what? Your server application. Okay, my client application and server application I created. Okay, let me open this one in let me open this one in my editor. Let me open this one in my editor. Open, okay, folder. Let me copy and select the folder. Yeah. In the client application, I want to create, okay, one file. Okay, register.html is my HTML file, and my register.css, it's my CSS file. Register dot, okay, yes, register dot JS file also. Okay, let's go to the HTML. How we can load CSS and JS files in the HTML? Link relation equals to style sheet, and href equals to this one. Href equals to this one. Href equals to this one. Okay, how we can load your JavaScript file? Script source equals to something. Okay, script source equals to something. Like this, you can load HTML and JavaScript files. These are loaded or not. If you want to check, open with live server. My HTML loaded. Whenever my HTML loaded, with that HTML file, how many files loaded? If you want to check, open the developer console window, right click on it, inspect, go to the source. If you observe here in my register.html, okay, those two files has to be loaded. But those two files not loaded, that means there has something wrong with your what? Something wrong with your one path. Now, if you see this, now you can run it, go to the source. If you refresh the page, now my CSS also loaded, my register.js also loaded or not. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next one is like come to the HTML. Okay, right. Okay, div my Flask application register. My Flask application register. Done. The next one is like one footer also you can take it. This is my class equals to header, and here my class equals to okay footer. Okay, if you have an idea on CSS, it's like easy. Class equals to footer. Okay, done. Here my copyrights belongs to this one. Done. Okay, so go to my HTML. Where is that? Here it is. Let me open the Chrome browser. Okay, that is easy for me. Yes. Now I want to give some CSS. I want to apply some CSS. Okay, how we can apply the CSS? Say this. This is my body and this is my div. Okay, I apply the CSS. My font size is like 50 pixel. My font weight equals to bold. My text align equals to center. My background equals to yellow. Okay, and my padding equals to okay 30 pixel. 30 pixel, something like this. To my body, I don't want margin, so that just I want to apply margin equals to 0. Margin equals to 0. Okay, done. Now this is my front end. Okay, this is my front end application, right? Client application. Okay, so that we are going to use HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, this one always in the bottom. My position is like fixed. My bottom is like 0. My background color equals to yellow. I want full width so that 100%. My text align equals to center. My font size equals to 15 pixel. 15 pixel. My font weight equals to bold. This is about my footer. So you can use that CSS. Okay, copy and paste in your CSS file. So my footer CSS is this one. Okay, done. Let's go to the header. I'm copy pasting. Okay, my header CSS is this one. My header CSS is this one. Okay, the next one is like my body. Margin is 0. Margin is 0. Done. Appear okay, everyone? Now if I refresh the page, how it looks like? Now it looks like this or not? That's okay, na? Now I need a form, right? Now I need a form. Just create one simple form, okay? Now in between, just I want to create one table. In the table, just you can create the form. Okay, this is my table. Okay, you can give the border 1 pixel. Now table contains what? Table row and a table body and table heading. Okay, just I want like a table body is enough. Just I want like a table body enough. In the table body, table rows we can use it. Okay, just you can create something like this. Now how it looks like you can see. Okay, it is looks like this: username, email, password. Okay, if you want some other, okay, just you can create some other stuff. Okay, my location. Okay, now you can remove this form. I don't want that form. Okay, just you can remove it directly. I want to click on buttons. Okay, done. Here, okay, everyone. Username, email, password, and location, and phone number also. Just I want phone number. Okay, ID, phone number. Okay, this name also not required. ID is enough for me. Okay, done. Now this is my form. This is my form. Now this particular table I want in the center. This particular table I want in the center. So you can use like this div. Just you can add this one like text align is like center. So let me refresh the page. This is my div. Okay, if I write like text align center. Otherwise, you can go with the display flux justify content center. Okay, and my margin is like 50 pixel. Margin top is like 50 pixel. Just okay, we can write. This one I want to add to whom to my table. So here is the one. This is my table. My ID equals to table. Okay, here you can go to okay, CSS. My ID is nothing but slash. Just you can add this control J. Okay, done. Now if I come here, okay, this is looks like this. Okay, if I enter username and pass email and password and location, if I click on the register button, it should be visible to us. Okay, now here, okay, padding. Know what you required. Okay, what you required. Button is required, right? So where is my button? Okay, some font size you can give it. Okay, and font size is like okay, 20 pixel. Font size is like 20 pixel. Okay, to my table you can apply. Okay, now finally I want like a register button. Finally I want like a register button. So can we add the register button here? Okay, done. Okay, this is the register button. Okay, everything within a single TD only they added. That's okay, fine. Okay, yeah, I suggested, right? That's okay, fine. Okay, done. My form is ready, right? So whenever you enter some data here, here, and here, if I click on the register button, okay, that means it should have to go to where? If I click on the register button, it should have to go to where? You have to send a request to whom?
Server backend.
You backend application or not. So you have to create like a backend application or not. You have to create like a Flask. Now tell me, whenever my client communicate with the server application, okay, with this particular request through request channel, you have to give this data also or not? Yes or no? So how many ways we can give the data from my client application to server application? How many ways we can give the data from my client to server? How many ways we can? So, like one is like full params. Another one is like path params. Next one is like headers. The next one is like what? Body or not. Like this, there has four ways we can pass the data or not. These four ways also we can use it. So you created a client application. The next one is what? Create a server application. For that, first of all, in Python, if you want to create an application, just I want to create like a virtual environment. Virtual environment. Let's create the virtual environment first. Why? Because virtual environment is nothing but that environment only specific to this application. Now this is my server application, right? Okay. Here I want to create the virtual environment. CD Flask workshop server PowerShell. I mean, okay, I'm go to the command prompt. CD server. Okay. py-m virtual environment. See here in the server folder. Okay, Flask. Yeah, which is going to generate it or not. See in the server folder, Flask app one application created. Okay, here the virtual environment is generated or not. If you don't want this one, do one thing. Reveal in File Explorer. Okay, let's delete this. Okay, now directly you can create the virtual environment in the server folder itself. Py okay -m virtual environment server, virtual environment server. Now it is going to create one virtual environment, okay, in the server folder or not. Okay, that is your wish. One more folder, extra folder. Why? Now, once you created a virtual environment, you have to make it like active. That virtual environment, you have to make it like active. So let's activate the virtual environment. How you know? Go to your server folder. The next one is like here that has a scripts folder is there. Go to the scripts folder. Here one file is there, activate.bat. Now if I click on this one, see the difference between this one and this one. Now whenever you see like this, it's a virtual environment folder. Now you are in the virtual environment folder. Like that you can think. Like that you can think. Understood everyone? So first thing is like what you have to do here. You have to create the virtual environment. How we can create the virtual environment? Python module. What is the module name? VNV and your folder. And then activate it. Activate it. Activate it. How we can activate? You can go to the scripts folder, activate.bat. Activate.bat. Like this you can. Activate.bat. Okay, Rana? Okay, now
Yes,
after that, what you have to do? You have to create a Flask application, right? So your application name you can mention here. What is your application name? Okay, any name you can put it. Just I want to add like a Flask. Flask. Yeah, this is my actual application. Understood? Okay. Now inside this one, just create one simple file. Just create one simple file. Okay, my file name is like, for example, okay, my app.py is the file. First, if you want to work with Flask, the Flask module should install in your machine. The Flask module should install in your mission. So Flask is like installed or not, how we can check, just import Flask. That means in your system or in your virtual environment, Flask already there or not there, I want to check it. Okay, so now once you are in the server folder, let's go to your application. What is my application name? What is my application name?
Flask app.
Flask app.
App is my application or not? So Control S. Let's go back. Okay. CD server CD Flask app. Okay. Done. Now can I run it? If I run this one, see what is the error you get? What is the error you can get it? What is the error you can get it? No module name. That means Flask module not found. Flask module not found error or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you have to do? You have to install the module or not? I don't want to install the module at my system level. Just I want to install that module in my server virtual environment only or not. So how we can install it? Pip install. What is my module name? Flask is the module. Whenever you see like this, you can understand like you are in the virtual environment. Okay, done. Now, once it is completed, can we run the same command again? Can we run the same command again? Now see this, will you get any error? Will you get it?
No.
No error, right? That means my Flask installed or not? That means my Flask installed or not?
Yes, install.
Okay. So once my Flask module is available, from that particular module, just I want to take some of the variables, some of the methods, okay, functions, some of the classes. Module is nothing but what in Python? Module is nothing but it's like a normal Python file only which contains variables, so functions, so classes and everything or not. So I want to import, okay, I want to import something from my Flask module. So how we can, from which module? Flask module, I want to import, okay, Flask. I want to import Flask. These many members are there, just I want to import Flask. Understood everyone? By using this one, okay, I want to create the application. If you observe here, what is the type of this Flask? Capital Flask. It is like a class. It is like a class. If you have a class in your hand, what you can do?
I can create object.
If you have a class in your hand, you can create
Object.
one or not. So how we can create an object? Okay, like this you can create. Like this you can create. Understood everyone? Okay, this is like a predefined name, just you can print it. Okay, if it is like using like a module, it gives me, okay, main. If you use like a normal, okay, then the time it is going to give like a app.py or not. Okay, one py file is there, one Python file is there. How many ways you can use it? How many ways you can use it? One is like you can use like a module. Another one is like you can use like what? Normal individual program also or not. Yes or no? Up here, okay? That means you just created like what? One application you created. Okay. Now up to here, will you get any error? Can you check it? Will you get any error?
No.
No error, right? Now you have to do what? Okay, just I want to, come on, I want to run this one. I want to run this one. Okay, how we can run it? I want to run this particular one as like a one normal program. Just I want to run this one like a normal program. So how we can run it? For that, let me create one more file, root.py. Root. Okay, inside this one, you created an app, right? Can we import that app? Okay, how we can import that app here? From, okay, which file app? I want to import this one. Okay, yeah, yeah, there is a conflict is there. So you can change the name of this one. Okay, that is your name, right? This is like main. Okay, now main, from main, I'm importing like what? I'm importing like yap or not. From main, just I import like a yap. Okay, now I want to run this yap. I want to run this yap. Okay, how we can run it? I want to run this yap. Okay, when you want me to run? If the name is like main, then only just I want to run it. Yap dot run. Okay, can anyone explain me this one? Root.py just I want to run like a normal program. Okay, if it is like run like a normal program, the name is like what? Main. The name is like a main. Okay, if you want to check, you can check it. See, this is my main, right? Py main.py. Okay, now in this main.py, can you print underscore name underscore. Okay, just print it. Just print this one. Okay, what it is giving?
Main.
Okay, main, right? When this name is like a main, if you run like a normal program or not, if you run like a normal program. But if you come to this one, you are using main like a normal program or module here in this case. Whenever you import it, then the time my main is like what? Whenever you imported, my main is like what? Module, right? Module, right? Now, for example, if I run, okay, py, okay, py, root.py. Okay, then that time, now see, I'm running like root.py. In the root.py, main is like what? Normal program or modular?
Module.
Module. Whenever it is like a module, it is going to give like a your name, right? Your file name. Okay, what is the file name? Main is my file name or not? Understood? If you run, okay, one dot py file is there, two ways you can use it. One is like individual, you can run like a program. Another one is like you can import in another py file or not. If you run like an individual like this, if you run like individual, okay, now I'm running like individual or not, then the type, the name is what? Underscore main underscore. If you run like this, if you run root.py, now my main is what? Modular, normal programming. Module. Now see, if it is like a module, what? Your file name or not. Understood? Now here, what I did, my underscore name underscore is equals to main, then only app dot run. It means what? Whenever you run root.py as like a normal file, whenever you run this root.py as like a normal file, then only this app, which app is nothing but what? My Flask app has to run or not. So root.py, I'm running like a normal file or not? See this normal program or not? See my root.py, how I'm running, how I'm executing this root.py as like a normal.
Normal.
Whenever normal program, my underscore name underscore value is what?
Main.
Underscore main underscore or not. Okay, whenever you run my root.py is like a normal program. Okay, then only run the application. Okay, app.run. My app is coming from where? App is coming from where? From here, right? Okay, my app you generated, you created by using Flask or not. So now if you run it, now see my app is running on which port number? My app is running on which port number? My app is running on which port number in my local machine? 5000 is the port number or not?
Yes, sir.
Agreed? Okay, now once my application is running, in my application, whatever you want, you can perform that operations. What operations you want to perform? I want to create one simple, come on, I want to create one simple endpoint. I want to create one simple endpoint, okay, or API call, which should store the data in the database or not. It should store the data within the database or not. Now tell me how we can. what kind of okay request method you want to use. It is like
Get.
what kind of request method you want me to use. If it is like inserting new data,
Post.
post is the one or not. Post is the one or not. So I want to create one simple endpoint, okay, with my post request or not. Okay, tell me here the syntax is what. Okay, now see, or you can see now if you are see the helping app.route. The app is coming from Flask. App.route. What is the API register? Register. What is the method?
Post.
Getter, putter, poster. Your wish. Multiple methods also you can add it. Okay. My method name is like post is the one. My method name is like post is the one. Yes or no? My method name is like post. Okay. Here, based on your requirement, you can change. You can change the register. Name can be anything. Name can be anything. Done.
Yes, sir.
You created like a simple endpoint or not. The endpoint URL is what? The endpoint URL is what? API register. The
Register.
method name is what?
Post.
Post. Okay, now you can remove this one. You can remove this one. Just you can give some message. You can give some message. Okay, you can give some message like this. This endpoint is working as expected or not, how we can check? This endpoint is working as expected or not, how we can check? Can I check in the post? Okay, my application is running. My application is running in the local host to 5000 is the port number or not. Okay, just wait. Now let's go to the new HTTP. Okay, request method is what? Post. Local host 5000
Or
API
APIs.
register. Register. If I click on the send, one request go to the server and give the response or not. But here, what is this one? 404 not found is nothing but what? 404 not found is nothing but what? That particular resource is not there, right? That particular resource is not. Okay, so can you come here? Okay, you need to restart. We'll see. Now this is the one or not. Exact path you can give it. If the path wrong also, you not get the exact output. 404 when you can get it. 404 error when you can get it.
Not found.
You are looking for this particular resource. If that particular resource is not available, then you can get like a 404 error or not. 404 error you can get. Now let me run again. Now can you check it? Now see, you can get the output or not. You can get the output or not. So finally, your endpoint is working as expected or not.
Yes, sir.
Finally, your endpoint is working as expected or not. Okay, done.
Yes.
So the next thing is like you need to pass the data. How many ways you can pass the data to the endpoint? Means server side application. How many ways you can pass the data?
4-way.
Okay, 4 ways, right? One is like query string parameters. Another one is like path parameters. Another one is like headers. Another one is like
Request body.
headers body. So query parameters, how we can pass the data? Query parameters, how we can pass the data? Always
Question mark.
as part of URL starts with what? Question mark, right? Starts with question mark. After that, key value.
Value.
Okay, how many key values? Any number, but limited only. My URL length is like always limited, and key value or not, like this. Yes or no?
Yes.
So my requirement also just I want to pass some data through query string parameters. Now, as per your requirement, just I want to pass the username as like a okay query string parameter. Okay, okay. So here my name is like Such this is like a query string parameter. Or now you are passing the query string parameter to my server application. In my server application to this endpoint. So in that endpoint, you have to retrieve this query string parameter data or not. Yes or no? So how we can retrieve that query string parameters data?
By using get parameter, request.get parameter.
So we have the request, right? See here. You send a request. My data inside where? Request only, right? So you have to take the data from where? Request or not? So we have the request. So from the request, you have to take the data. So tell me how we can take the data. Request dot
Get.
request dot okay args dot get. Okay, that is very one language to okay. That means one framework to another framework. So what is the key here? Name is the key or not? So you can get the name. You can get the name. So my name is this one. My name is this one. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Let me run it. Now can we check it? Now if I click on the sender, see whatever you pass the data, that the data I'm able to retrieve or not. Whatever I pass the data through query string parameters, I'm able to retrieve that data or not. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next one is like what? Like this, any number of query string parameters you can pass with the and separation. I want to pass the path parameters now. How we can pass the path parameter? I want to pass
Yes.
the path parameter now. See here.
Class.
Localhost is my host name. It's a port number. It is a path. It is a path, and one more path also I want. Okay. Here my path is like ss@gmail.com. Okay, my path is like email. ss@gmail.com. See the difference between these two path names and this path name. Can anyone tell me the difference? API register is the static, yes or no? But the email
Yes.
is changing or not? Yes or no? So how many
Yes.
path values are there? Three paths are there. Two are like static, one is like dynamic or not. So where you mentioned this path in your code, API register, here you mentioned or not? Total, how many path values required? Three. One is like API, another one is like register, and the next one is like email. Now tell me, that is like static or dynamic? Two are static, so I have to go that. The email is like what? Dynamic, right? So if it is like a dynamic, just you can put like this. If it is like a dynamic, how we can put it? With less than, greater than symbol, any name you can put, no problem at all. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this email has to hold this data or not? Has to hold this data or not? The dynamic value. This dynamic value, where you want me to use it? I want to use in this particular function or not? How we one function get the data from outside as like a come on? How one function okay get the data from outside as like a parameter? Yes or no? So now you can see the parameter. Okay, you can print that parameter. So are you able to get the data or not? You can check it. You can check it. Now, if you come here, if I click on the sender, now see here, my email ss@gmail.com. Okay. Now, if you observe kk@gmail.com, see, I'm able to retrieve the data or not. Agreed?
Yes.
So I'm able to retrieve the query string parameters. I'm able to retrieve the path parameters. Another one is what? Through
Request body.
request body
Yes.
and request headers or not. So as per my okay password is there. I want to pass through request headers. Okay, see here header section is there na. So here my password equals to 123. Now you have to retrieve the data from request headers or not. So how we can retrieve the data from the request headers? Already I have the request is there. I want to retrieve the data from the request headers. So how we can? My request dot request dot headers. My request dot headers. Which header you want? Which header you want?
Password.
Headers. Okay, I want a password, right? I want like a password or not password. So here my password equals to this one. So can we check my password? I'm able to get it or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I'm able to retrieve the headers data or not? Now, if I click on the send, now you can see the password. Yes, no? So I'm able to retrieve the data from query string parameters, from path parameters, from request headers also or not. So finally, what is the next one?
Request body.
Through request body also or so tell me request body. Okay, I want to pass the data. So request body, if you want to pass the data, okay, in which format we are going to pass the data most of the times, just see the raw, okay, either text format, either JS, JavaScript, JSON, HTML, XML, like this. Most of the times we are going to use like a JSON format. So which data you want me to pass? Come on, location and phone number or not. So my location is like Pune, and my phone number is like something like this. Okay, now if I click on the send, okay, my location and phone number also I want here. That means you have to retrieve the data from where? That means you have to retrieve the data from where?
Yes, sir.
Request to body or not. So can you go to your code, can you retrieve the data from the request body? So how we can? Okay, from the request dot JSON. Okay, which data you want? Which data you want? Location.
Location.
Location. Okay, another one is like what? My phone also. Request dot JSON of my phone. Yes or no? Now, what you have to do? You need location as well as you need phone also or not? Okay, okay, everyone. Now, are you able to get the data or not? Can you check it? Now, see this. I am able to retrieve the for string parameter. I'm able to retrieve the path parameter. I'm able to retrieve the request headers data. I'm able to retrieve the request body data also or not. All are okay.
Yes, sir.
So what is the next one? Now you have the data. What is the next one? Once you have the data, what is the next one?
Save the data
Server
inside
side
database.
responsibilities. Yesterday we discussed. Nah? What are the server
Yes.
side responsibilities? Receive the request. Take the data from the request. I'm able to take the data from the request or not?
Yes.
Yes or no? Four ways
Yes.
also we covered. Next one is what? You have to connect with the DB, and you have to keep this data inside the database or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So you have to connect with the database or not. All are agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that okay, you have to install MongoDB in your mission. So if you have the MongoDB in your mission, okay, if it is like running, that's okay. But I am using like a cloud Mongo. I'm using like a cloud Mongo. Now see this, I'm able to connect with this Mongo. Okay, I already connected. Say this. You can use any wherever, okay, the Mongo is running. It's not a matter that the running address is required. That is matters here. Okay, I am using like Cloud Mongo. So how you create? How I created this application already? Okay, you know, right? Django students, you know, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
mongodb.com. Just you can do sign in. Just you can do sign in. Okay, here you can give your sign in details, otherwise directly you can log in with the Google. Now once you signed in, now see, send the code.
Mhm.
832575. 832.575. Okay. Now, once you created an account in the mongodb.com, okay, your user interface looks like this. Now, here you can create one project for you. You can create one project for you. Just I want to create one project for you, like Flask. Okay, just create a new project. Okay, my project name is like, just you can create like a Flask. Okay, one project you can create project. Once you created a project, in the project you need to build a cluster. Cluster is nothing but what? One mission you have to. Okay, cluster is nothing but multiple missions work for the same cause, right? Clusters. Okay, I need a mission. Why? Because my Mongo is running in the server only, right? So that I need one mission in the cloud. So create the cluster. Your cluster name, see here, free only you can select. Okay, free account only. What is your cluster name? Any name you can give it. My cluster name is like Flask. There has multiple service providers are there. AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. By default, AWS is there. Let's go with that. No problem. Okay, create a deployment. No need to do any change. Just do create deployment. Okay, now once you get here, you can set the username and password. Step up, and the password is like VTS. Okay, now create the database user. You have to create the user. And then network access also you can click on it. Network access. Okay, add IP address. Allow access from anywhere you can choose and confirm. The previous one just do delete. The previous one just you can delete it. So like this, you can create one cluster. In the cluster, automatically MongoDB installed by, okay, this service provider. MongoDB.com, you created an account, right? So that Flask, okay, let's come here. In the Flask is my project. In the Flask project, I created like what? One cluster. Now I want to create, I want to connect through Compass. Okay. So here you can see what your connection URL or not. This URL you can use it and go to the Compass and create the new connection. Create the new connection. What is the URL? Okay, the username is step up and my password is what? What is the password? VTS, right?
VTS, yes.
Now save and connect. Now see here. Now it is connected or not? Now it is connected or not? Okay, if you want to edit the connection, you can give the proper name here. The name is like Flask Workshop. Just do save. Okay, here there has multiple databases over there. Okay, here I want to create my own database. Okay, students is my collection name. So SMS is my database. School management system. Students is my collection. Students is my collection. So I created one database SMS. In the database, I created like what? Students is my collection or not? In the collection, I don't have any documents. Now I want to insert those documents or not. Understood everyone? Come on.
Sure.
Okay, let's go. Now I want to connect with the Mongo server, right? So my server application is this one, has to connect with what? My MongoDB server or not? Yes or no? So
Yes.
first of all, if you want to connect with your MongoDB server, okay, by default, my Python not having any predefined modules. So you have to install one of the third-party module, that is what?
Mongo Cloud.
PyMongo. So let's install the PyMongo module. So within my virtual environment only, I want to install. Okay, how we can install? Pip install pymongo. Pip install pymongo. Now see, installing. Done. It's like installed. Once it's installed, just I want to use it. Just I want to use it. How we can use it? Import. Okay, from pymongo. Pymongo. I want to import Mongo
Client.
Mongo client. From pymongo, I want to import the Mongo client. Why? Because clients only can communicate with your servers, right? So that MongoDB is running in one Mongo server. So that Mongo client. So tell me here, you have the data now. You have the data now. You have to insert the data in the MongoDB. So you have to connect with the MongoDB server by using Mongo client or not. So first of all, you can take like, you can create an object for the Mongo client. After that, you can get the database. After that, you can get the database. Once you have the database, you have to get like what? Your collection or not. Once you have the collection, okay, you need one user data or not. Once you have the user data, what you have to do?
Save the data.
Okay, you have to save it or not. Now collection dot insert one. Okay, after that you can close the collection. Done. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So do the required changes now. My Mongo client has to connect with your MongoDB server. Okay, that is running where? That is running where? In this URL or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If this is running in this URL or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, that is. What change is required?
Password.
Okay, password you have to change. Yes. The next one is like in the Mongo client. Okay, that means it is able to connect with the MongoDB server. In the MongoDB server, which database?
SMS.
In the DB, which collection?
Student.
Students is my collection or not? Students is my collection. So that in the collection, you have to insert your student details or not. So in the collection, if you insert some data, that data terminology is what we can say, documents or not. My document is always how it looks like in Python, dictionary. So dictionary, how it looks like, key value, key value, key value, key value pairs or not. Once you have the dictionary, okay, we have to, okay, once you have the document, you have to insert that document or not. So in the collection, just I want to insert one document or not. After that, just you can close that Mongo client. After that, just you can close that Mongo client. Data, everyone?
Yes.
Come on. Okay. Now everything is okay. Everything is okay. You should have to get this. You should have to get this output or not. Can we test it? Can we test it? Now come here. If I click on the sender, if I click on the send, could not send a request. Why? Because my server application is down or not. So my server application should up and run now. Oh, sorry. My server application should up and run. Okay, now it is running, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, can we test it? Now, can I click on the send? Now, one request to go to the server, it gives me 500 internal server error. Just you can fix that one. So, what is that error? Are you able to see? Which error you can get it? MongoDB step up. Yes, Mongo client. Is my Mongo client is not there? Yeah, there is. Why it is not highlighted? From PyMongo, my Mongo client should supposed to be highlighted, right? It's not highlighted. Okay, here also Mongo client. Let's server you can put it. Okay, you are connecting with the server now.
Yes. Yes.
From the server we can
Yes,
get the
sir.
all these things. So let me check it again. Now come here. Now can I click on the send? Now one request go to the server. Okay, again it gives the some error. Just fix that one. This time what is the error? Mongo client dot close now wrong, right? Server dot close now. Yes sir. Okay, up to here it is executed means what? Your data should insert or not. Can we check it? Now see your data inserted or not.
Yes.
Yes sir. Now let's try again. Now if I click on the send. Okay, not saved. Huh? Okay, see one more document inserted, right? Can I delete those?
Yes, sir.
So this time, Mongo client dot close. Okay, missing one required positional argument self or something like this is set. So come here. Okay, this one you can hold it. You can check. Now if you come here,
Need to restart the server.
you have to restart. No?
Yes.
Change it. Yes. Now can you come here? If you click on this one, now it's trying to connect with your MongoDB server. Okay, once it's inserted, okay, it has to give this response. This much time it's taking. What is the error? Okay, our data is inserting. Just you can check. Your collection dot insert gives some result, right? Some response, right? Yes or no? That result only can we give it back? Can you give it back? Okay. Okay, we'll see what happens. Now can I click on send? That's it. User registered successfully. Success. This is the old message, I guess, right? That's the old one. Now acknowledge is like true, something like this. You have to get it. What is that? If result acknowledge is like true and inserted ID is there, then that you can say this JSON.stringify. Okay, like this you can say. Okay, na? Else you can write one more else condition. Okay, user registration is like fail. User registration is like fail. Something like this you can write. Okay, na? Now run it. Now can you come here? Can you click on the send? Now my user registered successfully or not? Now, if I refresh the page, see how many documents, these many documents are inserted. So that finally your data is like inserting or not. See, I'm deleting everything. Okay, let's check one more time. So no documents, nothing. Now, if you come here, if I click on the send, okay, user registered successfully. Now, if I refresh that, yes, it is inserted or not. Okay, na? Okay. Now you want like this, huh? No, right? You have to send a request from where to where? From my client to server application or not. So this is my server application which is running as expected. Now tell me, you, I am the client side developer, you are the server side guy. Tell me, you are the client side developer, I am the server side guy. For example, what you're expecting from me? What you are expecting from me? The request URL and a method, right? So I have to send, this is my one mail, you have to send it. Okay, this is the request URL. Okay, now the data format is like this, something like this. You have to send a mail to whom? To my client. This is the request URL. Okay, here the data format, the method is like post method. My data format is like query params. Query params. Tell me, these are the query params. You have to pass it like this. You have to send a mail. You have to send a mail to whom? To my client side developer or not? Yes or no? Okay, path param, path param. Okay, whenever if you write like this, then the time he can understand, right? Oh, this is like a path parameter. He is expecting something like this or not? Path parameter. The next one is what? Header. What is my header? The header is what?
Password.
Go to the header. Password or not? Password 1 2 3. The next one is what? Header body, request body. Okay, in the request body, how the data is looks like? This is my data or not? This is the mail you have sent to whom?
Client side.
To send to your client or not? Now you are like a client side developer. Now you are like a client side developer. Let's come back to our client. So already have the form. You have to take the data and you have to send the request to the server or not. So now write it. Can I write like on click function register? Okay, na? Now go to register.js. Can I write like what? Function register or not? Now I want to take the data from where to where? I want to take the data. On. I want to take the data from where? Username, email, password, location, phone. Okay. For all the inputs, I have the ID, right? By using that ID, can I get the reference? Can I get the value?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go here. Okay. Tell me, which object is there in JavaScript to represent all your DOM elements?
Document.
Document dot get element by ID. Okay, get element by ID. Okay, what is my ID? User name is my ID or not? User name is my ID. So this is which reference? Where, come on, username reference or not? Like this, how many required? Password reference. Like this, the next one is
Email.
email reference. Next,
Your
location. Location reference. Next, location reference. Okay, see, it should match. Okay, na? Username, email, password, location, LOC, phone. Okay, ID should match. Location, LOC one. Okay, phone. The next one is like where phone reference equals to document.phone. Yes. Okay, here get the references. Once you have the references, you have to take the data or not? Next, take the values. Take the values. Tell me, username value. Next, password value.
password
Next,
value,
email.
email value,
Email. Next,
location,
location. Next,
phone.
phone number or not. Now you have the values also. Once you have the values, tell me what is the next step. You can do the validations and everything is okay. What is the next step? Tell me here. Client side responsibilities.
Send the request.
Yeah, prepare the template and take the data and you have to send the request to the server or not.
Yes.
Based on my server side guy, how he is expecting, based on that one, you have to send the request to the server or not. Yes or no? Now tell me, sending the request and receiving the response, how we can handle in the client side? By using Ajax. Yesterday we discussed or not? By using Ajax. So by using Ajax, you have to send a request or not. Okay, na? So in
Yes.
JavaScript, two ways we can handle the Ajax. One is like XML HTTP request. Another one is like using fetch. Simply go with the XML HTTP request. So next one is like what? Send the data to the server. So I have one class is there, XML HTTP request class. Now I want to prepare the request. So how we can prepare? Now see this. Open is the method is there. Open is the method. By using that one, I want to prepare the request. Now see how we can prepare based on which values you need to prepare means based on your server side guy send a email na, based on that one only you have to prepare the request. Which method? Come on,
Post.
server side send a mail, right? Which method?
Post.
Method. What is the URL? What is the URL?
Localhost
URL or not? This is my URL. This is my URL. In this particular URL, which are like hard coded, which are like dynamic. Localhost 5000 is okay, API is okay, register okay. This one is like hard coded or dynamic. Dynamic, right? So that use backticks dynamic values. This one is like a dynamic value. Okay, which value that is? Email, right? Okay, and this one also what?
Name.
Dynamic, right? So this is also my user name or not. Done, everyone? Okay, na? You prepare the request and then come on. You have to set the headers also. Okay, I'll show you the next one. You have to send the request or not. xhr.send. xhr.send. Okay, now see. Here, prepare the request. Prepare the request. Here, come on. Here, send the request. Here, send the request. Now, I want to pass the data 4 ways. Na? This is which way? What kind of data format? Path. And this one is what? Query string parameters. I want to pass through headers also. Na? So,
yes.
I add the header. Okay. Tell me which header? What is my header name? Come on. What is my header name? Password. Na?
Yes.
Password. Okay. Where is my password? Where is my password? This is my password or not? Done. The next one is what? Path parameters done, query parameters done, headers done. Next one.
Request body.
Through request body or not? Through request body. Tell me how we can send through request body. If you want to send through request body, whenever you send a request by using send, okay, here only you can pass the request body data. Here, XML HTTP request always send the data through request body in the string format and receive the response also string format. That is only the syntax. So that let's convert your JSON into string. So which data you want me to pass? Through request body, location and phone number. As per syntax, that object you have to convert into what? Come on. Here he said like a request body one JSON. So that I have the JSON. But as per syntax of my send method, this data should be what? String format. Na? So that I convert it into string. But actually this is like a string. It's like a JSON. Na? My server side guy has to treat this one as like a string or JSON. Server side guy.
JSON.
Yes, like a JSON, right? So that how we can tell him, hey, can you convert this one? Can you treat this data as like a JSON? How we can tell? How we can tell? How we can tell something about the request? Through
Header.
right? So that here, if you observe here, yesterday we discussed, na, if you want to tell something about the request, we can use like request headers. So here, see, I said, like, hey, whatever the content you are passing through request body, can you treat this one like a JSON? I'm sending like a string only. Can you treat this one like a JSON? At the time he is going to treat this one like a JSON or not? Yes or no? So once you send a request to the server, that guy is going to process it. After some time, you can get the response, right? Do you think always success? Do you think
No.
always success? No, right? Sometimes failure also. So we have some, okay, we have some callback methods are there. Onload is going to execute whenever you can get, if you get like a success response. We have one more, on error is going to execute whenever you get like a failure response. Now you can do the slight changes. Register successful is okay. Mine is like a 2000, okay, 201. If not, registration failed. Okay, if it is like on error, okay, you can get this kind of error. That's it. Onload is going to execute when if it is like a success response. On error is going to execute when if it is like a failure response or not. Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
All are okay? Okay then.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's check now. Inspect it. Now inspect it. Okay, where we can track request and responses. Where we can track request and responses in the developer console window in the network, right?
Network.
My username U1, password is like email is E1, password is P1, location is L1, phone number is like okay, P1, something like this you can put it. Now, whenever you click on the register button, see in the network. Okay, network error occurred. Please try again later. Something like this, he said. But actual, the thing is like what? See this? Here, there has a course error. See, my localhost 5500 is trying to access this particular endpoint, but that particular endpoint is not ready to accept your request or not. So you have to handle what? Course error or not. So how we can handle the course error in Flask means by using one of the model. Okay, here let's pip install Flask course. Flask course. Okay, now it is like installed. Now let's go to your main. Okay, now from Flask course, you can get the course. After this application, my course, yeah, just you can do something like this. That's it. So when you can get the course error means whenever my client application and my server application both are like different locations, my browser by default blocks that request. Why? My server side guy, okay, may not able to handle the request which is coming from outside, some different domain name, some different port number, something like that. So that you have to make your server side application which can handle the request from anywhere, any cross origins, from anywhere. My server side application should able to handle that request. Like this, you have to create your server side application. Once you handle the parse error, okay, now can you send the request? Now if I click on the register, okay, you're not saved or not? Saved, right? Okay, can we check it? No data, nothing, na? Username U1, password P1, email, email E1, password P1, location L1, phone number P1. If I click on the register, do inspect it, go to the network, If I click on the register, okay, why it is giving like network error? It's like still parse error only. My name is okay. My application is like failed or what? From here it's okay. Okay. Now direct application is running. Course is a class, okay. So, let me install again course. So, quick install Flask course. Already satisfied on you, right? Parent application. What is our port number here? Do you have this statement? Registered successfully or not? Okay. Now, if you come here, if I refresh, now this is the data. Now let me delete it. Okay. Let me delete this one. Let me refresh. Username U1, password email E1, password P1, location L1, phone number 1. Okay. Let register. Click on the register. Now register successful. Now once registered successful, if you go here, if I refresh, now see this, your data is like inserted or not. Yes or no? The data is like inserted or not. Hmm? All are okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just you missed like HTTP, that's it. Okay. Course we are going to handle by using which module? Flask course is the module. So anyone have any questions so far? Once the user registered successfully, you can reset the username, email. Password,
Sir, every module we need.
phone number. Yeah, so sorry.
Sir, every module we need to create the root.py file.
.py. Yeah, or just
.py.
like inserted or not. Oh, it's inserted, right? Yeah. What's your question?
Yeah. Every module we need to create root.py file, right?
Root.py. Okay. No.
Yes.
Root.py just it is like trying to run your application. That's it. Okay. You can write this particular code wherever you want. You can include it. See, this is the app, right? This app, wherever you want, you can import it, you can use it.
Okay.
Got my point. App is required, right? Because
Okay.
app dot route. These are the routes I'm going to create. Okay, different files. You can write it. This one you can import and okay, you can use that one.
And
Not
server startup entry point is the root.py file.
yes.
Sir,
Any questions, anyone?
no, thank you, sir.